Welcome back to Nothing But Footy podcast. Today
Hello.
we have episode 3 of our segments.
Yes, we do.
How
Episode
good's that?
3, episode number 2 of the week as well.
Pretty good, getting the grind going.
We are
Of
after
course,
our
mate, yeah, our disappearance making up for that.
yes.
How you been, Kaon?
Been not too bad, haven't been too bad, School is always a bit tiring, but obviously we
Yeah,
had footy train tonight. Obviously I wasn't able to train, but you were able to train.
bit of an injury.
Yeah, you had a bit of soccer as well, got to play soccer.
Yeah, it's a bit odd, but,
Yeah.
they call me Christian Ronaldo.
Sweet.
Back in my hometown, that's my name, so.
But how'd your Supercoach team go for the week?
Oh, absolutely horrible. Absolutely terrible. It probably could not have gone worse if I could think about it.
Obviously you
I
didn't even
did
make
not.
finals.
Okay, well, I should have make finals, but injuries and a lot of factors. So
I don't know about that. I think your team just wasn't that great.
almost beat you. Beat Jesse, and he's top what 1,000.
Yeah, but that was a couple of weeks ago.
That wasn't a couple of weeks ago. That was like ages ago.
Okay, it was ages ago. It just proved my point, man.
But I had about 4 people not play.
Yep,
Health and safety protocols.
they're getting
And
crazy.
obviously, I haven't had a trade since round 18, 17 or something. So that's no good.
Yeah,
I made a good trade though.
you did.
It was a good trade.
Tell us about your trade.
It was the Dylan Moore trade. And until this week,
That is a very good trade, actually.
he was the pickup of the year.
That's a good last trade to use.
Yeah, got rid of Nick Martin. Even though these past 3 weeks he's actually
He has.
been pretty well. But yeah, don't want to talk about my week. How'd you go?
I didn't do too bad, A nice little 2,310 for me with 3 rookies on the ground as well. So,
Did you
Had a-
have Maurice?
I'll run you through who I had on my ground. I had the name of Jacob Were scoring me 49 points.
I thought you took him off.
No, he played.
Oh, no,
No,
he's injured now,
yeah.
isn't he?
Yes, I had Morris Rioli score. Oh no, sorry, Malcolm Roses.
Just gonna say.
Malcolm Roses scored me 52, and Sam Desconey with a nice little 84. So I didn't do too bad.
Consistent.
So once George Hewitt comes back instead of Were, that's about a 2,450 right there. So that's a good score.
I'm the definition of projected scores compared to real scores.
You're the complete
You'll,
opposite.
you'll hit my projected at the start of the week. You'll be like, wow, gee whiz.
Yeah,
He's going nuts this round, and then
I'll
goes
tell
down
you.
the drain.
Tell you who did go nuts this round. Mason Redman.
Mason Redmond starting off with the defenders. Indeed, 176. How good was he?
He was crazy. He had 20 kicks in a row that were all effective at 100%.
Nuts.
That is crazy stuff for him.
We have spoken about him before, and we have spoken about how good of a player he is.
He is off the half back. Very nice.
He's showing it now, isn't he?
We'll get into him a bit later as well. A little sneak peek.
A little bit of a sneak peek indeed.
Yes.
But other two probably standout defenders for Supercoach this week, Shannon Hearn and Brodie Smith.
They had some very good games, especially Brodie Smith. He
Yep.
was a key part into their win against Carlton.
You had a look, 37 touches. Absolutely nuts.
He popped off. He had a very good game.
Who do you reckon the letdown was this week? You probably...
There's a couple, but James Sicily, 93.
Yep.
He hasn't had a great last couple of weeks and
Yep.
struggled to ton up recently, so need to get your move on there, James. But
And you consider
the price.
the amount of people, the price, the amount of people that have him in his team, and you just think, oh, 93 is probably not the best score that you want out of him. So
No, not at all.
probably not the worst. Could be a lot worse, but much rather a better score. So
I
that's
would.
why he's there.
I would. Well, we're talking about Mason Redman and how good he was, but Zach Merritt, he was another
Yep.
player that was on fire.
How good has his second half of the season been?
He's, I think, very much helped that resurgence of
Yeah.
Essendon in this second second half of the year.
Yep. And I'll say the obvious again, but when Zach Merritt's having a good game, Essendon's having a good game.
They did play North Melbourne.
Yeah, but like, never know. If Zach Merritt wasn't playing so well, then might have lost.
That's true. You're not wrong. Paddy
You
Cripps,
can
though,
never really tell these things.
they lost.
Paddy
But
Cripps, jeez.
he did play a good game, though. They lost. He played a good game.
Had a very good game. Walsh and him, 81 touches together. Walsh has meant absolutely nothing, but
Yeah.
Cripps definitely had some meaning to them.
Took had a good game as well. Took Miller.
Yeah, Took went nuts.
He did with a nice little 153. But
You watched the game and he was just everywhere.
he was, and like we we're talking about with Sam Walsh doesn't have effective disposals. Took Miller does.
Took Miller does.
Who was your letdown
100%.
for the midfield?
Someone that's in my team and someone that's in a lot of teams as well. I think he's the fourth most picked player.
Yes.
That is a bit of a Jack McRae.
What did he end up scoring?
82.
82. That is not good for him at all.
Yeah, no good at all.
He hasn't
But
done too great
This
recently.
year has just not been his year.
Been a bit
Never know
iffy.
like he's had some great scores. Don't get me wrong, but you'd never be the whole year. You just look at his pricing, and you just see it's just on a constant down.
Well, he's only priced at 568,000 now, which is crazy.
Started off the year at $700,000, which
Yeah.
is
Someone
and
like,
somehow he's gone up in percentage of teams.
I don't know. I feel like just people think that he's going to do well, but I don't have him in my team because I don't think he's going to do well, and he's going to score me 82. But
Fair enough.
what about the rucks? How did you think the rucks went?
Well, I'll give you mine right now.
Yeah, I want to hear you say it.
Mario Chol.
No, mate.
Mario Chol.
Rowan Marshall.
Mario Chol.
What did Chol score?
100.
And what did Rowan Marshall score?
173.
Who's better?
It's obvious who the better player is. Mario Chol got posted by the AFL, so
Rowan Marshall got 30 disposals of Ruckman.
no, but Ryan Marshall had a crazy game on the weekend.
He did.
I reckon really got Secunda to where they are. Really stepped up when Paddy Ryder's away, and he normally does that a lot, doesn't he?
He does. I love Paddy. I love Marshall. Rowan Marshall. When there's no Paddy Ryder, he's good with Paddy Ryder, but no Paddy Ryder, Rowan Marshall is still very good.
Turns into a god when Paddy Ryder's not playing.
He does.
Most of the time.
Marbia Chol did have a good game, consistently with a nice little 100. You'd like that for the price he's at.
He plays more forward than he does actually ruck, but
Gives me that dual
It's good to
position. It's good to have.
yeah, exactly, yeah. I'm happy with it.
I'll tell you another
Who
dual
else did you
player,
reckon?
Jeremy Finlayson. He's a forward or ruck, but he's been playing quite a
Who
lot
would've
of ruck.
thought?
132.
He came in. They were like, oh fuck, we need a ruck. What do we do? 'Cause
Jeremy Finlayson.
Obviously, injuries. Jeremy Finlayson, and maybe it started off a bit iffy, but really found some good form.
He has. Max Gawn finding his form a little bit again. 110, slowly
That'll
rising.
Probably ease the owners that held Max Gawn when
I
he
did.
had his injury,
You didn't hold him.
Yeah.
I held him.
and I'm sick of him.
How's that
Probably
gone?
wasn't having. If he was having like a really good year, then I'd hold him. But I don't think that this year's been the greatest year for him. So
I mean, he's got the best average out of any ruckman in the competition. So
yeah, but he also hasn't played as many games. Jared Witts hasn't really performed past couple of weeks, which has got that down. But
that is true. Jared,
as a ruckman, I definitely think he's the best. But
talking about
just
Jared
in
Witts,
general.
has let us down with an 85 again this week with some bad scores.
85. Yeah,
He's been
him
shocking.
and Shrek Darcy. Yeah. They're just not looking. They were supposed to be the replacement options, the new pickups, the good pickups of
He
this
was.
year, but
Not good.
not really showing.
Last 3 weeks averaging 83, last 5 weeks averaging 86. That's not what you want from a.
Yikes.
He's worth
From a
400.
replacement gone.
He's worth 492,000 now.
That's nuts.
That's
He's
not a
gone down
premium.
so bad.
That's not a premium ruckman. I'll tell
That's
you
not
that.
a premium.
No.
Nah. Marbio Chol's almost the same price.
Yeah, and Marbio Chol,
He's only
100.
like 140 grand.
There's your cash. I'll tell you another ruckman who let me down, but he's in my forward line. Tim English, 79.
Him English, yeah.
He's been horrible the last 2 weeks, like
I
Jared
was smart
Witts.
enough to never pick him up. Well, I picked him up
Yeah,
the
well,
round before he got injured,
yeah.
and then he got injured. I got rid of him. Never looked back.
He's been since he's come back. He's been a bit shocking. He had a good start. He had a very good start to the
Yeah.
year.
Oh, 100%.
He was averaging
And I was
128.
yeah, it was nuts. And I can't lie. I was looking to get him once he had come back from injury, but
Yep.
I couldn't find it, and I'm kind of happy I couldn't find the cash to get him back in.
Well,
Forwards went on a bit of a spiel as
they
well.
did. Josh Dunkley finding his form again after another couple bad
Finally.
weeks.
Finally.
Finally.
It took him long enough, and
did.
he is currently 465 grand.
Perfect price.
Obviously, was $600,000 at one point in the season, and went down to 463 grand.
How good is
Which I think is
Western?
crazy.
How good is Western Bulldogs though? If you can choose a forward line, the top 6 best scorers in Supercoach as a forward, 5 of them are Bulldogs players. Tell me that is not crazy.
Yep.
That
is nuts.
That is amazing. You got Marcus Bontempelli, Tim English, Tom Liberatore,
Yep.
Josh Dunkley, and Bailey Smith. And
Yep.
you can't forget about Adam Treloar as well. But I'll tell you someone else who had a good week.
Waitman.
Shea Bolton.
Yes.
You know, how do you...
Shea Bolton.
Richmond fan, how do you feel of him?
Gee whiz, how good's he?
He's very good.
Oh, I feel about him the same way I do every week. He's amazing. But, it's always great to boost the ego because the commentators love him way more than any Richmond fan do.
They do.
It
They
almost
love.
seems like they're Richmond fans themselves.
It does.
Basically,
it does.
if you want commentators to forever be in love with your team, no matter how bad you are, win 3 premierships. Or like maybe just 2.
2?
Because the thing is, we could be like 14th right now, but if we get like one really quick goal, they'll be like, and that's the thing about this Richmond team, they're very scary when they go forward with the ball. And it's like,
you never know what they're gonna do.
mate, we're down by 67. Yeah.
I mean, they came back from 42.
They're so positive about us. How good was that?
Isaac Heaney as well.
About it now.
Found a bit of form.
Finally, he is in such a huge amount of teams for Supercoach, mostly because, well, maybe not because they couldn't get rid of him, but not many forward options.
Yes.
But his scores are really just carried by his goals. If he didn't kick goals, he'd be averaging 60 a game.
The last 4 weeks, he's been finding his form 112, 104, 106, 104. So he's been doing well recently.
Yeah, kicking his goals.
Yes.
That's what it was. And the funniest thing is about Isaac Heaney is I had him from the very start, but only 19% of people had him from the start. And I think he's had a shit year, but he just keeps increasing the amount of people. It went from 19%.
That is true.
Now it went to 48% at one point, and now it's 43, 44.
He did have an amazing start to the year, though.
Yeah, 141, 140. Nuts.
88, 131. That's massive. But I think that wraps up Supercoach for the week. But it does bring us.
I reckon.
Does bring us on to the one of the most favourite segments of all, Willba's Hidden Gems.
Right. Did miss out on last week what I thought was a good pickup, and that was either Blake Hardwick or Ed Richards. And I was more going towards Blake Hardwick, which kind of does my head in because Ed Richards did a lot better. But, you can't always get what you want.
I do. I just want to...
So,
Can I just say something before you tell us who your player is? The 2 players you've chosen are Jed Anderson and obviously Ed Langdon. Now, when you've chosen these 2 players, the week after, they haven't done very well, have they? Because
Yes.
when you chose Ed Langdon, the next week he decided to score 49. You chose
Yeah.
Jed
I
Anderson,
reckon they're listening.
and Jed Anderson
Jed
didn't do
Anderson
well.
he's found some form again.
But what did
He
he?
has found some form.
He scored 52 when he chose him. So, whoever your player is this week,
73 this week.
whoever your player is this week for your Wilbur's Hidden Gems, may have a very bad game.
I'm confident.
And they can blame it on you.
It's all right. I'm confident.
All right, who is it?
Guys, don't listen to him. Keon is an absolute hater.
All right.
But it is, of course, my boy Errol Goulden. The pickup of the year last year as a rookie.
He was.
And, the 3-round average, obviously, 107.3. Probably a lot better than the Ed Langdon and the Jed Anderson. Okay, Jed Anderson does not count. This is not fair. Anyways. He's under 450k.
As we love.
Just about. As we love. 113, 78, 131 his last 3 scores. Beautiful.
We like that.
Break even of 53, he'll get that easily. And he's expected to go up another 12 grand. So if you're looking for someone to get you some cash and average a 107 for the next possible final series, Errol Goulden's your pickup. He's looking very good. 33 touches.
That was a very good performance by him.
See, the thing is, you don't have a bad player getting 33 touches. They might luck their draw out at 26. Errol Goulden, he's going to be a future star.
He is. He's a fun player to watch.
Future star, and I'm excited what to see. And for those of you that are thinking, this 3-round average is bullshit because it'll go from a 100 average to a 60 average after one game, which is true. Ed Langdon proved that to me. But his 5-round average is 90. So either way, you're looking at a consistent, not bad score.
That's nice. I do. You know what? That's good from you.
But that is my hidden gem for the week.
Well, you know what that means? We now got our first very special guest of the Nothing But Footy. So might just cut to our little chat with Christopher Allison. Well, welcome to the first guest on Nothing But Footy. I'm your co-host, Keon Afkari, and Will, how are ya?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
We got Mr. Christopher Allison in the house tonight, don't we?
Gee whiz, what a name.
Future.
He's an absolute phenomenon, as you could say.
Chris, tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
My name's Chris Allison, 2023 draft class. Ruck.
Looking to go number 1 pick.
Yeah, no, maybe not quite. And I lose super coach, clearly.
Well, we'll get into that a bit later.
They call you the next name for tank, don't they?
That's a good one there from you, Will. But
Oh, he's lagging.
so we got a couple questions for you here, Mr. Christopher Allison. Now, the first question we
Yeah,
got
go
for
for it.
you is, what are your thoughts on Jack Ginnivan, what he's done?
Jack Ginnivan.
Yeah.
I like Jack Ginnivan. I know Will Needle
Disgrace.
doesn't like him, but
Disgrace.
it's definitely skill.
It's not a skill. That's why they've removed the rule.
But that's because he was so good at it, though.
If they have to change the rules around you, that
It's an
means you've had
exploit, not a
clear
skill.
impact on the game.
It's like learning how to bunny hop on Fortnite back when you could. It wasn't a skill, it was an exploit.
I reckon that was a skill too.
That is a
You can
skill.
do it,
No,
you
but
can do it.
it is a skill, though. I think it's a skill because you've got to practice to do it.
It was a
I don't
skill.
think so.
It is a
He
skill.
was teaching his teammates how to do it.
Exactly.
That's how much of a skill.
You don't need to teach me. You don't need to teach anyone, mate.
So you reckon you could do it?
I reckon you could do it easily.
Do you reckon you could do it? So you're telling me that if I did, it would be a skill?
I'm probably a bit too tall for it. Might not actually, always.
So if I'm obviously
I'm joking, I'm
obviously your teammate. So if I was doing that each week and I was getting free kicks for it, Would you be
Oh, I'm loving
happy
it.
or not? Well, there
I'm
you
loving
go.
it.
Because it would be a skill.
Yeah, but I don't go for Collingwood, do I?
No, but it's still a skill what he's doing.
I don't think it's a skill. And he's not doing it anymore, is he?
Not allowed to do it anymore.
Not
He's
allowed
just
to.
getting knocked on the head.
Yeah, and he's not getting any free kicks.
Giving him it's actually bullshit. They've like literally removed high tackles. Even the normal ones just don't get called anymore. And they're like, "Yep, you did it."
Exactly.
Concussions are gonna go through the roof.
Will, you got a question for Chris?
Yeah, I think so. This is probably a good one, and I wonder if he has any bias towards it. But who do you reckon is making the top 8? Christopher Allison.
The top 8.
Who do you think the top 8 are going to be? And I can name off the contentions if you'd like, but
I reckon I can do pretty well, just off the top of my head.
Yep.
Geelong's clearly in there. Melbourne's in there.
Yep.
Carlton's looking good.
what?
They're looking good, are they?
Carlton are good. They're good. I reckon
They're sitting 7th at the moment.
Just lost to Adelaide.
I reckon they'll move up. Move up.
They've got the 3 toughest games next week as well.
I reckon that'll set the tone though. If they lose games, they're not a contender. If they win all 3, fair enough.
Yeah, same with Collingwood.
Collingwood definitely, obviously, it's in 4th. Who else are there?
St Kilda.
Well, you got. Oh, get out of it.
Sydney,
mate.
Brisbane.
Brisbane.
Sydney, yeah, Brisbane, obviously.
Collingwood.
Yep. How about we'll start off. We'll give us your top 4. So you've got Geelong and Melbourne, obviously. Who's your other 2 hitting the top 4?
Brisbane.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I reckon, personally, and this is I reckon Carlton won't make the top 4, but I reckon they're a top 4 team in the comp.
Wow.
Hot take.
That is a hot take.
Hot take indeed.
Well,
I don't think they're
You
making
guys
the
need
8.
like a siren for a hot take.
Yeah. I don't think they're making the 8, let alone the 4.
Oh,
So
mate.
you reckon what? Fremantle, Brisbane, or Sydney? Who's making the 8? Sorry, the 4.
The 4th, Freo.
Freo.
4th is Freo, and 3rd is what? Brisbane or Sydney?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's interesting.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
So who's your bottom? Who's your 7th and 8th? You obviously got Carlton, St Kilda, Richmond, Bulldogs.
Those are the 4 in contention.
Bulldogs have been disappointing, to be honest. I thought they were going to be way better.
Especially after the grand final last year.
St Kilda suck. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Sorry, mate.
Caleb's not happy with that.
Where's your team on the ladder? Where's your team on the ladder?
Oh.
I didn't say mine was good, mate. But I'm saying yours is shit.
Jeez. He's on smoke.
I reckon Richmond are good. I reckon
Come
they'll
on,
come like
then.
8th.
Come on,
They'll
then.
sneak
That's
in.
all we need. That's all we need. So what, do you reckon...
Finals dust.
Finals dusty.
He'll be back too. So what, do you reckon 7th and 8th is Carlton then Richmond?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got probably what? Collingwood, then Sydney, then Brisbane, then Geelong and Melbourne.
Yeah.
All right. That's
I
not.
like that.
It's not
I
too
think
bad.
that's close to what I was looking at.
I reckon St Kilda make top 8 though.
I
Yeah,
don't
but you're a
think so.
dreamer,
With the three teams you've got, and with the 3 teams that Carlton have got, compared to what Richmond have, we should be breezing in the top 8.
North Melbourne.
Accidents happen. We've got Essendon last round, which will be the easiest win of our lives. We'll just clock back the time, Chris O, down to Anzac round.
Well, I reckon that creates a nice little segue into our next question for Chris. What has happened to...
How's the lag from Chris?
Looking very nice there, Chris. He's obviously paused. So some
His camera's gone as well now.
He's
Jeez.
he's
He's probably
disconnected.
waiting for us to say a question as well.
He probably is. But you know what? I reckon... Welcome back, mate.
Welcome back.
I was just going to ask you. We were talking about Essendon playing Richmond in the last round, but what has happened to Essendon this year?
We started like we didn't know what a footy was, and
True.
then I don't know. We've built quite a team camaraderie in a sense, and I feel like when you lose a lot of games, a win just like feels huge, like it's more important.
Yeah.
And
100%.
you strive to want to win more. And with the young mob we've got,
It gives you that
win that we get,
that fire,
We're
that
just-
determination.
yeah, we're just hungry for it now.
That is true.
You
Will
know,
we make
when
the
you
eight?
guys are on, I don't even think you can make the 8.
No, they can't.
If we beat Collingwood, we could have, but we can't now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're too far gone.
Yeah, nah.
Who do you reckon's like?
Yeah,
Who do you reckon's helped Essendon come back from like what they were?
I have my answer. Chris, you give yours, but I have
Honestly,
I
What-
think
it's like running emergency. Merritt's obviously been.
Merritt has been good.
mine. Merritt has been very good.
Hines, like Merritt was always good. Obviously, he's taken it to a bit better level, but Hines come out of nowhere in my eyes.
Yeah,
You know who I reckon, Chris? I reckon you might agree with me too. Mason Redmond.
yeah, that is very true.
Redmond-
How's he been?
Well, he's this
How
week's
is he
player of the
been?
week as well. So
Oh, jeez, he spoiled it already.
no, mate, doesn't matter. I think everyone knows it's Mason Redmond. They'll know.
He's just had a few games in this run where he's just gone.
Bit of a
off.
Harry Himmelberg in a sense.
Resurgence.
Yeah, exactly. Don't know where he came from, to be honest with you, but you know.
On talking about Essendon as well, Chris. Where's Dyson Heppel next year? Obviously out of contract, but there's talks about him going up to Gold Coast. Do you reckon that'll happen?
Gold Coast.
Yeah, there's talks about
Yeah, a
him
bit of
going
a
to Gold
leader
Coast.
bit of a leader at Gold Coast. He can go
Yeah.
to schoolies next year if he wants, mate.
But yeah, do you think he would leave the football club?
He's probably already got it booked.
No. I think him and Scott Pendlebury are very similar in regards to their leadership, and I reckon they're both the same type of bloke to just stay at their club, like go through the hard yards. Obviously, they're clear leaders in both their teams because of like the age of the players around them, and no, I reckon he's got at least a few more years in as captain.
Thank you. That's what I said. There's no way Heppel loses. No, it doesn't lose. Sorry, like goes away. It's not happening. And you see like he loves that team. You watch his pre-game speeches, is the love he has for the club. I don't reckon there's a chance he'll move. But you know, I also thought that there wasn't a chance that we'd lose to North Melbourne. So don't listen to me.
I think as well, if he goes to Gold Coast, he might get kicked out of the best 22 because he hasn't had the greatest year.
Gold Coast.
He hasn't had the greatest year. So
Are you joking?
there's been talks about him getting dropped though.
Dropped from Essendon.
Yes, that he wasn't in their best 22.
Do you agree with
He's
that?
not skill-wise, though. He's just
No, I
leadership.
know that, but for a young
Do
team,
you agree with that, Chaos?
I think he's a leader on the field. Yes, but is
No,
he?
as in, do you agree that he should probably be dropped from the team?
It depends on where the team's trying to go. If they're trying to rebuild as a team and use a younger team, then maybe yes. But if they're trying to keep him and play for another 2-3 years, then no, he should be playing.
He's one of those players that could easily find some good form
Yeah,
just by playing, as well as the leadership is just like too. It's this. You don't really get rid of a risk factor Like you're not losing much by having him in.
But where was his leadership against Collingwood when they were?
We can say this about any loss. Where was Trent Cotchin's leadership against fucking North Melbourne?
Yeah,
That was the
that's
worst.
true.
12 seconds of defence I've ever seen, though. I'm going to be honest. It was
Like-
appalling.
Oh yeah, what's going on, mate?
We've never been good at transition defence. We've never been good at defence in general.
Who was it? On the wing that just got burned by
Bianco.
Bianco.
I think
yeah.
it was two of them, mate.
You thought it was who?
I thought there was two of them that got
There was. One of them ran,
Well, one of them had just went over the top of their heads.
yeah, and the other one ran towards him and then stopped
Yeah.
running.
That was yeah, right next to Bianco, like he was chasing
Yeah.
after him. He had already kicked it. And then you let Jamie Elliott kick a game-winning goal on you. Jeez. Imagine the crowd
Over
there. That's
two people.
electric. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
electric.
Now, I reckon this next question might leave to Will because it's something we were talking about on our last episode. But
I feel a bit. I don't want any bias, all right?
yeah.
I want this
Alright.
pure,
Pure.
better career, right? Who has had the better career? So, end of the day, you go home to your kids are like, Dad, what did you do in your AFL career? They go, this, and this. Selwood or Cochin?
Ooh.
Selwood or Cochin?
I feel the easy answer would be Selwood.
Oh,
But-
come on, mate.
But there's a but. I reckon Cochin's underrated. Like, because in that Richmond side, everyone just thinks to Dusty. You know what I mean? Like,
Of course.
same as you look at the NBA, you only think of Curry or you only think of LeBron.
LeBron James.
Like, one player's never won a thing all by themselves. They've always had help. And Trent Cotchin was huge for Richmond.
Ben Cochin was like the Kyrie on that 2016 Cavs. You reckon?
Literally, no, he was there. He was a huge part.
He was there, really.
Okay, you know what I mean. He's a clear leader,
No,
obviously. I'm still going with Selwood.
Oh, jeez.
See, I agree with
Just
that.
hyped up Cochin and just put him down in the dust.
No, I said the same thing. I said he went
I
underrated.
disagree.
I said he went underrated, but I do think that Scott Selwood probably had a better career, and winning one more grand final this
Scott
year will
Selwood.
top it off.
It's Joel Selwood.
Joel Selwood. Joel Selwood.
No, see, this isn't even biased because I'm not saying who the better footy player is because that's obviously Selwood.
Yeah. Who's had a better career?
Selwood, who has had a better career? End
But
of the
what
day,
do
he's
you
got
judge
3
Career
premierships.
off.
But Joel
Cochin-
Selwood's played 350 games and Trent Cotchin's played 283 games.
He's still going. He's going to hit the 300.
Scott
He'll hit
Selwood.
the
Joel
300.
Selwood. Oh my, Scott Selwood. Joel Selwood
Brownlow.
could hit the 400.
3 prems, Brownlow. What else do you need?
I
3
do
prems
think
and a Brownlow. You're not beating that. You're just not beating that.
at the moment I think he's better.
You can't
But
say he's bad if he's got a Brownlow medalist. I don't care if it was drawn.
he's got a Brownlow medalist due to drugs.
Doesn't matter. He's got a Brownlow medalist. He's a Brownlow medalist.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like just if Joel Selwood wins one more premiership, then it's easy answer.
Oh yeah, 100%. But until then, clear answer is Trent Cotchin. Trent Cotchin has more to brag about to his kids.
Joel Selwood's just more of a household name, though. You
Okay,
go up to 100 kids, little kids, like 5-year-olds, and ask them about the two players and ask them if they know either of them. More will
No,
know
Trent.
Joel Selwood.
recently they know Trent. That's 3 prems in 4 years, baby. Who's the captain of those 3 prems?
Yeah, but
Wait.
they're little kids. They'll know Dusty. Joel Selwood is like that guy on Geelong. Him and Dangerfield.
He's the
like
face of the
together.
club. He's the face of the club.
No, Trent isn't really the face of Richmond.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. When you think
Like,
Richmond,
you
the
think
first name that
deeper.
pops into mind is not Trent Cotchin.
But it's not about the popularity. It's about the behind the scenes. It's about the leadership.
I agree he's got the leadership and I agree he's underrated, but just when it comes to who's, I don't know, like, just like known to be better, who's
Yeah, but
more
that's obviously Selwood.
famous.
But I'm talking end of the career. Okay, all right. Hold on. Let me phrase it differently, right? You are Joel Selwood or Trent Cotchin. End of your career, who would you prefer to be to brag? Would you prefer to be known as Joel Selwood or as Trent Cotchin?
Joel Selwood.
Trent Cotchin.
Brent Cotchin.
Trent Cotchin, there you go. It's
See,
Trent Cotchin.
I'd
Three
rather be
Prem,
Joel
4
Selwood.
years. That's going down in history.
Yeah, but Joel Selwood is the hard
Where
nut
was
who
Joel
puts his
Selwood
body over the
2020
line.
2020 grand final? Where was he? I can tell you where Trent Cotchin was.
Where was he?
In the mid, kicking bombs.
Did he though? I didn't even realize he was playing.
Kicked a goal, mate. Kicked a very important goal.
He also did knock someone out the week before that, but
Okay, and you guys knocked Vlossen out, one of our best defenders, at the start of the game. But that can't stop us. Can't stop the Tigers. Isn't that right, Chris?
The Tigers can be stopped. But
they can't be.
They-
Not
St
by-
Kilda
not by
has
accident.
Kilda's
Not
proved
by
how to stop
accident.
him. St Kilda
In
showed
a
it.
finals game?
We haven't
finals
played.
game?
We haven't played finals. We haven't played finals since 2020, where we did lose. But this year, you're not even going to make
but
finals,
who'd
and
you
we're.
lose to in finals?
But you're not going to play finals, and we'll play finals.
Who'd you lose to in the 2020 finals?
We didn't have
Oh,
Paddy
this is a bit of
Ryder.
a spiel. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
This is a bit of a spiel.
But Chris, thank you very much for
So
being
what's
our.
your answer?
Oh,
Wait,
okay,
just,
okay.
just let me finish this off. What's your answer?
He's told us his answer, mate.
Selwood, Cotchin.
Cotchin, you've convinced me.
All right.
Let's go.
Well, Chris.
Okay, now it doesn't feel genuine anymore. Should be right.
Chris, thank you very much for being our first guest on Nothing But Footy. Been a pleasure to have you, and hopefully,
To see you kicking bombs for your own AFL. You know, mate.
yeah.
Hopefully, mate.
See you down at Essendon.
I do have one more question.
All right.
Here you going,
What number are you going in the draft?
mate. It does not matter. If I'm last pick, first pick, it don't matter.
That's
I'm in the
facts. That is
lead.
facts. You could pick me 441st.
Yeah.
And I'd still be here celebrating like you picked me through like third pick.
AFL contract? Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
facts.
That is very
Except you'd
true.
probably be on a VFL one if you're getting picked 400.
Yeah, that is also true. You could be on about
on
But,
about 20 grand.
Thank you very much, Chris, and we hope to see you next time.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
very much,
having me,
Christopher.
See ya.
Have a good one.
See you, mate. That was our chat with Christopher Allison, the Oakley star himself.
That was a very good chat with him. Good for the
What-
first guest.
Yeah, good old Chad. Had some pretty hot takes,
We did.
obviously.
We had some
Especially on the top 8.
We had some
Definitely,
internet connection troubles though.
Yeah.
We are
Wow,
trying to
Chris.
improve on that though. But we're trying to improve. We're getting there. But
Getting better.
It's
Can't
good.
really control Chris's really, but
no,
that's all right.
it was a good chat with him though.
Good old chat. A bit
But-
of a surprise on his top 8. But,
It was.
you know,
I was surprised about that. No St Kilda, but you know what? We'll leave that. But now we roll into
I
the
think
nothing.
everyone doesn't have Sequitter in yeah, right.
I'm just gonna ignore that. But yeah, moving on from what
Moving
Will
on,
has
yeah.
just said. Just moving on from that, just completely. We're not going to listen to anything he said.
Yeah, Saints fans don't watch. Just skip 5 seconds.
The Nothing But Footy Player of the Week. We spoke about him earlier, and
Indeed.
let's just let everyone know.
Yeah.
Not your Clay Oliver, not your Lockie Neal.
Not your Clayton Oliver. Not your Loki Neal.
It's your Mason
Not your
Redmond.
Draka.
But it's your Mason
It's your
Redmond.
Mason Redmond. That's your Nothing But Footy Player of the Week,
That's
Kayon?
my Player of the Week because let me just run you through his stats.
Mason Redmond.
As a half-backer, he scored 32 disposals. You got 32 disposals of 25 kicks. But
Jeez.
how about we add a goal to that?
How about?
I reckon
Why
we add a
don't you?
goal to that. And you know what else we can
You
add?
reckon you had a go?
He did have a goal. I can tell you how to go. But you know what else
Yeah.
we can also add? 8 intercept possessions. 8 intercept possessions for a small
10
half-backer.
marks.
10 marks. But also
4 tackles.
a 97% efficiency rate.
How good is that?
You don't get better than that.
You don't get better than that. 600 meters gained
So
from the
Mason Redmond,
halfback.
congratulations, you are the Nothing But Footy Player of the Week.
Congratulations. You with some steel blue boots. Actually, no, you earn a kiss from me.
Yeah, a kiss from both of us. Just add us up on the
Yeah.
follow the Instagram, and we will
Oh,
get
you
we'll get a kiss sent out to you. We'll send you a kiss. Now, personally, my favorite segment. I don't know about you, but it's trade sack sign for me.
Oh, of course. It always brings up some good debates, some good
It does.
conversations.
It does.
It,
Should I go first or should you go first?
I'm happy either way, mate. What would you like?
I reckon I'll give you mine.
All right.
So this week we're talking about Mason Redmond. I haven't gone with Mason Redmond, but I've gone with Essendon.
Okay.
I've gone with the machine man of Zach Merritt.
Okay.
I've gone for 2 meter Peter.
Yep.
And I've gone for Jordan Ridley.
All right.
What are you doing?
It's a bit of a tough one
It is
because
a
I
tough
feel like
one.
a lot of people would debate over this, and a lot of people have him highly rated. Well, especially these couple of years. But I feel like my obvious answer of who I'm sacking is Peter Wright.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sacking Peter Wright.
All right.
It, I don't know. I feel like he's just not really a huge impact on the team.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
So I'm probably getting rid of Peter Wright. And when I'm looking at trade value as well,
Yep.
I'm signing Zach Merritt.
So that is 100%.
I was always going to sign Zach Merritt. It was just between what trade value I'm going to get out of Wright and Ridley. I feel like Wright has been very good, but I feel like he hasn't really proved himself that much to be like a big signing.
Yep. I don't know. You know what? That is true. He's had a good season though.
He has had a good season, don't get me wrong. But I reckon I'm probably trading Jordan Ridley. He's
fair enough.
younger. He's probably shown more potential in his career. So I
True.
think altogether that's what I'm going for. I'm signing Zach Merritt. His form this half of the year has just been impeccable.
Oh, it's been very good.
Sacking Peter Wright, get out the door,
Yes.
and trading Jordan Ridley.
All right.
Now,
Like that.
I feel like this one could go either way. This could be a
Right.
one where you go, oh, I've got this easy in the bag, or one where it could raise a couple of questions, could make a few people debatable, and that's the beauty of this segment.
All right. Let's
Because,
see what you got.
I've gone for West Coast,
All right.
and I've gone for Nitnat,
Ooh.
Shuey, and Tim Kelly.
All right. Oh, okay. There's a couple.
Yep.
There's a couple ways this could go. Honestly.
Yeah, because there's obviously the potential way, the age, the lot of factors, a
Oh,
lot of things.
this is interesting. I just want to see how old is Luke Shuey. There's something I would like to know. He's 32, but Tim Kelly, he's around the old age as well, though, isn't he? He's 28. All right.
He's 28. Yeah, he's 28.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm the manager of West Coast, and
Yep.
I think I'm gonna have to sack Nick Nacknui.
Really?
And I'll tell you why. He's getting to the point.
Okay.
It's nearly the end of his career, and is he really gonna be? Is he gonna be worth as much as he's a 32-year-old ruckman? Generally, a ruckman does not last as long as a midfielder would. So I feel like I could get more value out of Luke Shuey. Luke Shuey. So I'm going to sign Tim Kelly for his age. He's a very good player, and he's in his prime age right now, the time where he should be doing his best. Luke Shuey, I can get quite a bit of value out of him. But Nick Nat, I just feel like, he's at the age, he's a bit older, he's a ruckman. Obviously, hasn't played much in the season with a few injuries and niggles. But, yeah, that's what I feel. So, yeah, trade Luke Shuey, sack Nick Nat-Nui, and sign Tim Kelly. What are your thoughts on that? All right. Well, looks like we have lost Will again, as something that seems to happen all the time. But it is actually kind of funny. We're losing him all the time. But I'm sure either he'll decide to pop up again, or you know what? We might just take it to the end. We've had a couple technical technical difficulties today. We had a bit of our problem with Chris and with Will right now, but we're going to be working on them. We hope that we can do better as Nothing But Footy. But I would just like to thank you guys very much. Thank you for listening. Go follow our socials. We're on YouTube. We're on TikTok. Go like those TikToks. Go follow us on Instagram. But that's all for this week's episode 3. Hope to see you guys next episode and next week on Into the Future. Thank you.
Classic internet problems.
Oh, he's back, mate. I was just wrapping it up for you, but you're back.
I am back,
Right.
and I have missed a little bit. Obviously, still trying to sort out some internet issues between us, but we're getting there. And as I was saying, just to wrap it up, because obviously I know it's probably that time.
Yes.
I think just the comparison between Nitnat and Shuey is just you're more likely to see Shuey play 23 games for you than Nitnat.
That's what I feel.
Value wise, you're Nitnat's definitely the better player, but who are you going to get more out of?
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you very much, Will. I will see you
worries.
next episode. And to all the listeners, appreciate your time. See you, mate.
Sounds great. See you guys.